Coming up on today's show, Ryan Grubb. Could he be leaving the Seattle Seahawks already? He just got there. Pro Football Focus has a very interesting perspective on Ryan Grubb that we'll talk about coming up in just a little while from right now. Also, Christian Haynes, the Seahawks third-round rookie out of UCONN, receiving some love from the folks at Pro Football Network, naming him as one of the top rookies to watch in the entire National Football League. We'll show you what they had to say, react to it, coming up in just a matter of moments. I am merely Tyler Jones here with you. Thanks for joining us. Want to make sure that we get to 53,000 subscribers here on the channel, but we need your help. We're just over 300 away from reaching that next milestone. For the latest happenings on your Seattle Seahawks with daily news and rumors, live shows twice a week, Q&A mailbags, breaking news, and more, we are your Seahawks off-season headquarters where there is no off-season here on Seahawks Today. Subscribe now for free, youtube.com/Seahawks TV. Is it one and done or one and grub for Ryan Grubb as the Seahawks offensive coordinator? The folks at Pro Football Focus are suggesting that if Ryan Grubb has a big year this year as the Seahawks OC, that there could already be some teams with their eyes on Ryan Grubb potentially to be their next head coach after this season. Here's more from Pro Football Focus. It was somewhat surprising that Grubb didn't already receive some college head coaching looks based on how good Washington's offense was last year. But if he sustains that production in pro football, it'll be hard for him not to be an NFL head coach soon. Now, here's the thing. If Ryan Grubb is a one-and-done guy as the offensive coordinator for the Seattle Seahawks, then it means one of two things. Either it's a really good sign that the offense was rocking and that he exceeded expectations and he earned a job elsewhere, or he did such a bad job that he gets fired. I don't think the latter has much of a possibility of happening. I think it's much more likely that he does just a bang-up job that he leaves. But if you're the Seattle Seahawks, if that's the situation that unfolds, that he does such a great job that he ends up getting a head coaching job elsewhere, I don't think you're actually sweating that much about it. Yes, the Seahawks would love to have Ryan Grubb for a long time in Seattle, but if the offense is that good, then I'm willing to lose Ryan Grubb because of how well they performed on that front. You get the good with the bad, if you will. To me, that's a good sign. The offensive scheme that Ryan Grubb is bringing to Seattle, this multiple offense, comes from the air raid that Grubb ran with the Washington Huskies, a mix of tempo. You'll see them do no huddle. They'll go fast-paced at times. Other times they'll slow it down and run the football and work clock. They will go with how the game presents itself, what's best for that moment. Lots of screen passes. The running backs, Kenneth Walker, Zach Charbonnet, Kenny McIntosh, all are going to be used a lot in that screen passing game, as well as the receivers on that front too. A mix of gap scheme and zone blocking. And as far as getting these guys out in space goes, it's a very horizontal offense with vertical stretches, and they want to spread the field with the run. They want to take advantage of getting their guys out in space. The key for Ryan Grubb, the number one way that he will be successful with the Seattle Seahawks offense in 2024 is how much the offensive line comes along. If the offensive line can do its part, if Scott Huff, his offensive line coach that comes with him from Washington, if both of them can come together and greatly improve this offensive line, then you're going to see this offense as a whole take massive steps in the right direction. More from PFF on Ryan Grubb. The key for Grubb may be improving Seattle's offensive line, which ranked 28th in pass blocking grade and 15th in run blocking grade last year. With former top 10 pick Charles Cross struggling through 2 seasons, Grubb's coaching at the position, which led to the reigning Joe Moore Award-winning offensive line, could be pivotal. You look at Washington's statistics last year, they were one of the best offenses in all of college football in 2023. 11th in points per game with 36 points per game. 12th in yards per game with 462.1 yards per game. 9th in points per play at 0.542. 7th in yards per play with 7 yards per play, and 24th in third down conversion percentage at nearly 44%. Comparably speaking to the Seahawks offense under Shane Waldron in 2023, you can see the numbers were a lot left to be desired. 17th in points per game last year at 21.4, yards per game 22nd at 322.9, points per play 11th at 0.336, 11th in yards per play at 5.5 yards per play, and 23rd in third down conversion percentage at 36.23%. Although there are question marks on the offensive line, what you can't deny, what's going to set up Ryan Grubb very well, is that the skill positions for this Seahawks team are there. They have arguably the best receiving core in football. They have 2 really good young backs, a solid veteran tight end in Noah Fant, and then a 2-time Pro Bowler in Geno Smith commanding this offense. This group has weapons to work with to be successful. So now, the question that I ask you, will this be Ryan Grubb's only season in Seattle? Is it one and done for him? Is this offense going to be so good that he ends up leaving and taking a head coaching job next year? Weigh in on our pinned comment today. Y for yes, N for no. Let us know what you think in the comment section below. Byron Murphy jerseys are on sale now at chatsports.com/Murphy. He'll wear the number 91s. Just add a 9 to that one. Got the home jerseys, the away jerseys, the throwback jerseys. Also got free shipping available as well. Go see for yourself. Chatsports.com/Murphy. The link is in the comments and description of today's video. That's chatsports.com/Murphy. We have talked a lot in this program about Byron Murphy. Hell, we're selling his jerseys, right? One other rookie that we should be talking about is offensive guard Christian Haynes. The Seahawks selected him in the 3rd round out of UConn. He is the odds-on favorite to be the Seahawks starting right guard when the season begins. And the folks at Pro Football Network have named him as a massive impact rookie candidate for the Seahawks among their 32 massive impact rookies across the National Football League. Ian Cummings writing the following. Christian Haynes was graded as a fringe first-round prospect on my board, and the Seahawks got him in round 3. Byron Murphy II could have just as great of an impact in a rotation with Jaron Reed and Leonard Williams, but there's no reason Haynes can't start. At around 6'3", 317, Haynes is a hyper-dense mauler with a combined explosiveness and rotational freedom to pummel opponents into submission. He can pull, pass, protect, and control gaps, and he immediately upgrades Seattle's interior line. Haynes is just what the doctor ordered for the Seattle Seahawks offense. If he comes along nicely, if he fulfills expectations, if you will, is ready to start day one, and can be the great football player that the projections show, a first-round grade, right? Then that's a great sign for the rest of the offensive line. Because Charles Cross and Abraham Lucas, naturally, you would think if they can stay healthy, should improve entering their 3rd years. You have a veteran in Laken Tomlinson at the left guard spot. And then Olu should get better in year 2. If Haynes takes significant steps, makes big progress, then that's going to make everyone else better. Will Christian Haynes end up starting for the Seahawks week 1 against the Denver Broncos? What do you guys think? Type S for start, type B for bench. Let us know in the comments section below. More on Christian Haynes, the 3rd-round pick out of UConn, was a 2-time 3rd-team All-American selection with the Huskies, the first ever All-American in football for UConn. We know that basketball program is pretty good. Basketball just won back-to-back national titles, and Gino Auriemma, of course, doing a great job on the women's basketball front. He also comes from a bloodline of football players, the younger brother of former NFL defensive end Marcus Haynes. The grades from Pro Football Focus for Christian Haynes last year, pretty solid. Overall grade of 80.2, allowed just 1 sack and 1 hit in 10 hurries. Got called for 4 penalties there with UConn. The scouting report prior to the draft from NFL Media's Lance Zierlein goes as follows. 4-year starter and team captain who is a sturdy at the point of attack. Haynes plays with football intelligence and sees every snap as a mandate to move opponents and finish blocks. His draft slotting could be affected by a lack of length in being limited to one position. but his determined playing style counters those factors. He's not overly rangy, but wipes out targets on pulling blocks and is capable in space and in pass protection. The hand usage can get sloppy, allowing opponents to slip away from him, and he has a tendency to do too much grabbing. All things considered, he might outplay his draft slotting and become a solid NFL starter. And when you look at Christian Haynes, the way I break it down, he's an elite athlete. And we mentioned Ryan Grubb's blocking scheme earlier in the show, right? He is an ideal zone blocking scheme fit. Just what the doctor ordered for the Seattle Seahawks. Confidence level in the Seahawks offensive line heading into 2024. What is it? Scale it for me 1 through 10. I'm at about 6.5 right now. But I have an open mind. Hopefully my confidence grows as time goes on. Where's your confidence at? Weigh in, let us know. Subscribe now to Seahawks Today for the latest happenings on your favorite team all off-season long for free. Everyone's favorite price. YouTube.com/SeahawksTV. Subscribe now for free. You'll be glad you did, and we'll see you next time.